Very lightly, just starting with the breath. You're just going to breathe in through the nose, stretching up, and then just breathing out. So nice and just really feel the ground. Breathing in, nice and relaxed. Breathing out. Just let the breath kind of guide you. So the in breath, raise, hold very briefly, and then breathing out. Do about 10. Just starting to synchronize the breath with the body work. Good. Okay, the hands a little bit wider. You're going to bring 1 foot forward, kind of a small step, stretching up over the back, and see if you can go as far as you can. So bring the arms right over to the back of the spine. Hold the breath a little bit as you go, and then breathing out as you come back. And taking a small step on the other side, breathing in. You're going to look up to the sky, and then breathing out as you come back over. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more time each side. Good. Okay, taking the jaw to the back, arms a little bit closer. Breathing in, I'm going to bend all the way over. Look at the ground and bring the arms up and over. Hold the breath slightly, and then breathe in. Breathe out as you come back up. In, down. Breathing out. Come back up. Slightly bend back as you come up. Forward. One more time. Breathing in. Good. Okay, taking the jaw over the shoulders. The arms just drape over. Breathing in. Breathe out. Come to a neutral position and then go the other side. Good. Okay, now taking the opposite hand to the opposite foot. The right hand goes down to the left foot. Down. Hold it slightly, and then breathing in as you come back up. Stretch it down. Back up. Stretch it down. Back up. Good. Taking the jaw in both hands. You're going to do circular movements now. So still the same, opposite hand goes. You're going to circle all the way around. Use the whole body rotating. Bring the jaw all the way behind the back. And then continue the circle. Really big, clear circular movement. And just reverse the direction. So, way. Okay, just coming back to neutral position. Just rolling the shoulders, loosening everything. Try and involve the whole body in it. Backwards, forwards. One side and the other. Kind of rolling this way. Backwards, just rolling the shoulders. Just really loose, coiling the hips. Just let the arms go with the body. Coiling the hips. Just for the legs, here, the legs parallel, stretching in. Thank you, feet on the ground. Okay. Just change. Changing, go a bit deeper. Changing side. The knees, just bending down. Stretching back. Stretching back. One more time. Very tight circles with the direction. Okay, just shaking the legs out.
Michael, we're losing the spotlight on you.
Okay. Let me see. Sorry, my fault. There we go. Okay. Good. We're going to a little bit behind the ankle. You can see. Just put the jaw to the side to start with, and just go with the body. Don't worry about the hands. Ooh, the camera's a bit blurred. Sorry. Don't worry about the hands. Just really go to the footwork. So sinking into the ground, moving the body in, and then rotating. Let the arms go with the body. So both sides. Just focus on a rotation. Just really feeling the body draining down. coiling. Really don't worry about the arms at all. Just really go to the footwork and the body. Sinking down into the feet. Go ahead, in your own time. That's it. Good. Okay. One thing you can do with a Joe, in terms of this movement, is just place it in front of you, like you would in a before starting the Saburi, this way. Yeah, but just go into a kind of Tana Enko move. You're gonna kind of bypass the Joe, moves into the center line of the body, and then you continue the rotation this way. You're just gonna kind of pivot around the Joe, so sliding the body in, really find the center line and the Joe together, and then pivoting away. So each time, bring the center into the line of the Joe. Center moves in. Give that a try with the Joe. The Joe's really your pivot point in this game. Good. Good. And then another movement you can do is the same start, working with an Urimi Tenkan. So now entering with a step, coming in. Again, the center is going to move into the Joe, and then you pivot around. In this case, you're changing hands, so center comes in, and then pivot around. Center moves in, pivoting around. So just a different way to the back foot coming in. This way. Go ahead. So using a Urimi Tenkan with the Joe as the pivot point. Good. Good. Okay, now you can use these two movements to really now to integrate that handwork into it. It's actually the same work we do in the Saburi, so integrating the footwork with the arm work. But in this case, just going to focus on movement. So these two movements, and then just bringing the hands in. You're just going to take the Joe You're just going to bring the jaw with you. Don't worry about how you take it. Just think about moving the center in with the arms and just rolling down the jaw this way. So you're really just trying to unify the handwork to the footwork. So roll with the body, just flowing down the jaw. Don't worry about where you end up. Just go with the movement. Just work the jaw through the hands. Give it a try.
That's
A lot. Venga, vaya, burro, está. So, try in this case, if you can try and again separate the idea of doing something from the idea of just moving and looking for movements and exploring movements. In this case, don't think about function. So I get trapped by function in case of like I'm looking for something like a ski position, or I'm thinking about how do I kind of strike from this position. But really just think in terms of moving from the ground and bringing the jaw with me. So kind of forget that it's a weapon. It's just really an object that I want to connect with and connect the bodywork to. So don't really think about function. Just think about bringing it all together. So just kind of playing with the stick, really, more than thinking of it as a tool. So just think of it as something to kind of connect to and move. And if you can, try and do this now really in like one move. So moving and connecting, moving and connecting. The simple ones are the easier. The simple ones are the best. These kind of movements. Yeah, so try and kind of simplify it and make it one thing now.
out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, correct. Yeah, nice. That's good. Rolling nice. Good, 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 good. Okay, good. And now in terms of what we looked at yesterday, or what Paul looked at yesterday, was this idea of the ikkyo. What I want to do is kind of simplify it a little bit. So you're just going to work with that, try and unify them to the body. So you're going to start with a square posture, connecting the hands with, and all I want you to do is just raise. You connect the raise to the body, and then just dropping down. And you're just going to slightly rotate and take one side. So you're going to raise up from a neutral position, raise up with a feeling of being underneath the weapon, and then rotating down slightly, and finding the extension down with the body. And then just come back to a neutral position. You're going to raise up and then drop down with the hip this way. Yeah, so without a posture, just raising and then connecting the hip work down and connecting down this way. So focus on footwork, just on connecting the arms with the hip work. Okay, and in this case, try and, I think that the influence of the original movements we did, these kind of stretches, they can be bad. So in this case, this is not stretching. So in this case, don't stretch up with the arms and then bring them down. So don't think about stretching, think about it, just extension. So think about connection, extension here. But the arms I'm not stretching up with the arms, I'm just extending them here and then dropping them down with the hips. Guys, it's a different kind of feeling from the exercise at the beginning. So raising up, extension out, and then rolling the hips down this way. Rolling the hips down. You can also just play this a few times from here, rolling down with the hip. Hip. So ground, hips, hands for the weapon. Yeah, give it a try. Trying to avoid stretching with the. Look for connection, extension. That's it. Good. Yeah, good. That's it. Super. So Peter Ralston has a great, one of his sayings is hand up, you down. But it's more like you down, hand up. So when you raise your arms, what you will feel naturally, if I do really nothing in the body, if I raise the arms, my body will naturally sink down into the ground. If I do it with tension and I raise my hands with my arms, what will happen is it'll lift the body up and unroot me from the ground. So I really have a feeling of sinking down and raising the arms. I'd really just do nothing in the body, just allow the energy you're feeling to sink and raise the arms by actually pressing down into the ground. So it's a feeling like the feet press into the ground rather than I lift the arms separately. So feel down. This is like hand up, you down. So your feeling goes down and the hands raised this way. And then from here, keep the feeling down. Roll them down this way. Yeah, roll them down this way. Yeah, get this kind of as it's just really a kind of key principle. So hand up, you down. Or you sink. Good. That's good. And one point to really think about in this case is that both hands are doing it, but both hands are doing it kind of equally. So both hands extend. And then from this point, it's not that I do one arm over the other. So this, you'll get a kind of twisting motion with the arm. The shoulder comes out. I'm actually unbalanced. If I do this with a partner, in this case like this, the technique's really weak and you can escape it very easily. But what I need to do is maintain the extension on the outside and the inside. So have the feeling that the center work connecting between the hands and they're equally pressing out or equally extension. The extension is equal out. This hand's going this way, yeah, and this hand's extending out this way. But it's my center in between that's connecting here. So when you roll down, don't twist one arm, just press them both down into the ground. So they go down equally. Yeah, this way. Yes, this is when the extension is full. The technique is almost impossible to escape if you can get this extension. So just practice really The extension's full on both sides. Here, this way.
Michael.
Yeah.
Do you rotate your feet?
Yeah, you
while
can rotate them.
go down?
Yeah, in this case, just see. You can open them slightly, so as you come down, yeah, you can open the feet a little bit as you go down. Yeah. This way. Or you can actually keep them open and flat and just kind of press down through it. But in the case of the Ikkyo, what I'm going to do is yeah, rotate this way. So yeah, just
open it up.
Yeah, it's practice slightly opening it out. So slightly, yeah, it's going to open out this way. Yeah. That's it. Good. Keep going. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I see it. Good. Great. Yeah, great. Good. And then try and watch this. It's a very small detail, but try and avoid this. When you come down, try and avoid pushing with the arms here like this. And what happens in this case is if I push through the joint system, it will lock my elbows up. So in this case, I end up like this. If I lock my arms in this case, I just become very rigid. This is kind of normal for our style to be quite rigid. So in this case, pushing will lead to a rigidity in the arms. And then I move like a kind of block. Okay, it looks like this kind of thing. So I never really want to straighten the arms. So I never want to give the arm like this. This is actually a weakness in the structure. So this is what you want to exploit in the other person when you take the Ikkyo, is to actually exploit that weakness. But I don't want to ever give that weakness away. So when you do this, the arm's going to form a natural extension here. So it's fully extended, but it's not stretched out by pushing. It's just this way. So look for a kind of natural arc in the joint. And then this creates a kind of flexibility in the technique that I can press weight through the whole body this way. But if I'm rigid, it just goes to kind of arm strength. So just look for this very last moment. Try and override this tendency to push. And just coil into the ground with extension. This way. Yeah, give it a try. So never really stretch the arm out fully. This is a weakness. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. That's it, Marcel. Yeah, exactly. Great. Yeah, nice. Good. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. So now keep all those kind of feelings and keep that kind of same structure. We'll work with the Shomanuchi attack. So from here, the Joe's just going to be at the back side like this. So the back hip, the back foot, the Joe's going to be aligned here. You want to be just beyond the midpoint, somewhere kind of here. Okay, the front hand's going to perform the Shomanuchi. As you do it, raise it with the Joe. So you're going to kind of slide here like this, down the weapon. As the foot comes forward, this way. Just practice this first movement, so just the Shomanuchi. The Joe's very relaxed. You're in this kind of position. Don't be tense in the arms. Relax. And just shift in the front foot and find the Shomanuchi. Okay, the hands will work together this way. Yeah? So this is coming towards the head this way. And then just roll back down this way. Yeah? Just let the hand freely arc up this way. Connect it with the Joe work. You're going to finish with a kind of kokyu movement here on the end of the weapon here. Yeah, just try that. Just the very first movement. So from a neutral position, just sliding in. Just practice both sides. My suggestion is, if you're doing a new movement, don't keep changing sides. So do 3 or 6 each side, the same side. and then change sides. So if you ever find yourself doing something new, or someone tells you to do something new you're not familiar with, do the same side. If you keep changing sides, it confuses the brain, well, your body as well. So just in this case, you can do 3 or 4 or 5 each side. Just get the rhythm of the movement. And then change sides. Oh. That's it. Good. Okay, good. So that's really just a striking movement. That's really just designed to create a response in the person. So coming towards the head, this way. Now, as they do that, what you're going to do is arc the movement out to take the arm. So you're going to now bring the front hand in, and during that movement, I'm going to start to open out the hips. So this turns to this now, and then you find this position that you're in before. So this movement, arcing out with the hips and following through with the grip this way. So you provoke this, and then you arc the movement out here this way. Yeah, to draw them away from the balance. So here, this leads to this. Yeah. You can do this in 2 moves. 1, 2. Ideally, do this in 1. So now like this. You're going to finish in this position. So this. Again, just do that movement. In terms of coordinating the handwork, you're going to bring out with the open hand here, and then as you move to this second arc, here, this hand's going to slide down and take here. So you're going into a gripping position. So this slides is open, and then as I move an arc across, this is the Kokyu move, this, and then as I do it, I take the jaw with it. And then you reach full extension here, yeah? So open with Kokyu, and then it rolls across. Take, and once you've got to here, just complete the technique. Bringing the arms down, and then taking the step in this way. Yeah, so really break this down. So 1, roll across with the grip, apply the hip work down, and then stepping in this way. So roll in, press the hips in, and slide in. Yeah, give it a try. Just break it down. Good. So the overwhelming urge, especially when we're working with the partners, that as we grab, it creates tension in the arms and in the upper body. So if you can feel as you go grabbing, this way, and you can feel I'm punching here. I'm actually in the front of the body. Now, if I use this kind of power, way of using strength in the front of the body, it will automatically pull me out because I'm actually working with the contractions here. I'm working with bicep and the pectorals, and this will crunch the form up like this, and it'll become all upper body power. Try and really feel that when you grip, it doesn't tighten the body. So a strong grip should not tighten the joints. So really just practice a few seconds, really just gripping without tightening the joints. So really this is kind of a skill you need to really practice. It's like grip, but I'm not locked. Gripping, not locked. Just really try it. So the key is try and access the lower back, the back of the body, the ground. But really with a strong grip too, because if I have a loose grip, also that my power has nowhere to go. So in the case of this, I need a very strong, firm grip.
Hi, Michael.
Good. That's it. Nice.
Sí me oyes bien, ¿no? Vale. Bueno, pues voy a colocar la distancia.
And the major, well, a few details. But one major detail in the, or actually all techniques is that I don't push in the arm. This point before of kind of one arm going forward and kind of twisting the body, you want to really avoid it in this case. So here rolling out, pressing in, and now both arms extend out. Both arms extend out as I step in. So I'm really pressing in with the feeling of both extending out. But I have no intention to push. As soon as I have intention to push the person, I'm separating them away from me. So if my intention is to push, if my feeling is to push, my feeling is to get rid of them. But in Ikkyo, I'm not wanting to get rid of them. What I want to do is control the balance totally and control them into the ground. So I actually want to absorb them into my system. But if my feeling is to push in anything, is to separate the person. Now that's working against the principles that they're trying to build on. What I'm wanting to do is really absorb the person into my system and deny them their balance. But I'm not trying to push them away. I'm trying to just control the body totally. So really focus on no pushing. So there's no push and no pull, hopefully. Or as little as I can get away with. Just extension and connection. Just try that. Just a few more here, and then we'll go to the Urawaza. So no push, no pull. Connect and extend. Okay.
Frozen Michael.
Oh, yeah, I'm back. Good time to change. Okay, go to the Urawaza now. You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So for the Urawaza, the same start. You're going to be here. This time you bring the hand in, and as I do it, my back foot comes in at the same time. So this is the difference in the Urawaza for the footwork. You don't go with the front foot, you go with the back foot. So the same front hand raises, and as I do that, I step in this way. Okay? So you're going to now find the arc here, this position. So just practice this footwork, just entering, coiling in this way. So with a step here, stepping in extension here. Yeah, just try that. So this is the Urawaza entry. This is really a different footwork. Just totally from the back foot. Ay. Oh. Ay.
Ah, ya sí, es que te veo.
That's it.
Good. So the urawaza is really a little bit more flexible than the omote. So in this case, you're going to really coil in the body this way. This way. In this case, this foot just sink weight into it. Don't adjust it in any way. So you're not going to come forward with it. Just going to sink the weight into it. So later, this is really a strike this way. This way. You're going to really have a sense of coiling, spiraling underneath. This way. So now find this position, and then just coil into the foot and find the extension. So you sink in, find the grip, and then coil the body in to the back. So you slide in, and then coil to the back. Now give it a try. So that you
Urawaza. Urawaza.
Okay, good. And in terms of the ikkyo, where it really fails, in this case, the urawaza, where it really fails again is this idea of twisting. So as I rotate, the tendency is to go into the front arm and kind of twist the arms this way. And if I end up in these kind of positions, this is where I lose the extension. The person ends up in these kind of positions, and then they can just escape from it. What you need to do in this case is that the person is really drawn out from the balance this way. So it really needs extension here away. As soon as this extension's dropped, I'm free to move. Okay, so what you really have the feeling that you're catching the person's balance out, and I'm drawing the balance away into the toes. As soon as the arm gets twisted, I actually have a structure to lean on as a nuke. So I have a structure to move, and I can just step away from it. Okay, so in this case, really have a sense of drawing out with the body here, especially in the outside hand. He's going to really coil out this way. This way. So you're totally drawing the arm away from the person. So you're denying them any sense of balance, but you're not twisting the arm anyway in this case. Yeah, give it a try. That's it. Yeah, good. Yeah. Good. Okay, we'll do one more for the Nikyo, for the Emote, because it involves this really nice hand change. So this is really about connecting the handwork to the Jo. So we're practicing this way with the Jo. In this case, you're going to be further up the Jo. So a little bit on the middle, a little bit further towards the front here. So just explore the difference. If I'm too far at the back in this case, yeah, I can't find the gap in the Jo to be able to find the rotation. So you're a little bit higher in the Jo. Find the same movement here. Keep this hand open. You're going to cut it down with extension here. And then you're going to wrap the hand around. Do this. Find this movement. Yeah. If you want, just focus on the handwork. So you slide here, cut down with the body, and then you go to this position. This position. So I lead it with the thumb here, and then I wrap it this way. So this. Yeah. So you can just practice the handwork if you like. Sliding, cutting down this way. Yeah, give it a try. Just the handwork. Good. Okay, and then completing the movement. So from here, bringing the hand in, cutting across. Really now, you're going to go with the hip and cut down. This with a sense of extension. In this case, I keep the hand open in this case, and I don't grab the arm. So you don't grab like the Ikkyo, you keep this open. The feeling here is strong extension. If the person moves the arm, this comes in with a strike. This is actually a live cut. It's here. They keep the contact to protect themselves. If they release it, this fist comes in. So this comes down, and then you coil here, this way. You're going to take this way. And then in the case of the Nikyo, the pin, with the arm, I go through as if with the end of the Jo is thrust into the ground. Yeah. So this comes in like this. You cut down, grab, here, twist in, and then here you press in with the ground, with the Jo, as if it's a spear, and you're pressing it into the ground. Yeah. So with extension, compress here, then press in with the body. It goes right through the joint. You can't do this with a person, with a live person. This is really a dangerous. Just destroys the shoulder. But in this case, you can do it with the Jo. So you come here, press, and then really get the sense of thrusting through and into the ground this way. Yeah, give it a try. This is the difference in the Nikyo. This is what's different between the Nikyo and the Ikkyo. So connecting this and then thrusting in.
That's it.
Okay, so we'll go to one form that's not basic, but in movement. So you can obviously do these Shomanuchi movements in a kind of Yawarakai flexible way. So you can do the same, just flowing into the movement. But from here, you're going to go like here with the Jo. You're going to kind of grip somewhere towards the end of the Jo. What you can do is like a Kinanagari form. So you're going to roll backwards, slide down the Jo this way. So this hand's going to come in here, press with the body here, and then roll over. Find the extension and step through. Yes, this is like a katatadori ikkyo. So start with the front foot, grabbing the Jo. You can see there, like this, and then stepping back, bringing the back hand in, connecting down, coiling out, spiraling here, and then pressing through. And try and do this in 2 motions. So 1, here, pressing down, find the extension, and then press through. Yeah, give it a try. Oh, that's it. Oh,
Right. That'll fino, right?
that's it. Nice. Good. And then just do the same for the Urewaza. So a little bit more complicated in terms of footwork. Coiling back. This is you're going to coil, spiral this way. As you do that, the body's really going to... And then you find the second step this way. So now coiling back with extension. So rolling back, coiling into the body, stepping, and then rolling down. You go here. 1, 2. Coiling through the body. Oh. Yeah, myself. Great. That's it. Yeah. Exactly. Good. And then just give something really complicated. You've actually got 3 kind of rotations you can do, or 3 kind of entries. Actually more, but we'll stick to 3. You've got this one you've been doing, stepping back, and then coiling in. Actually, the one you're used to all the time is the sideways one. So sliding to the side, and then rolling back. Yeah, this is kind of for the basic. So sliding to the side, rolling back. And the other one is to do a kind of full tenkan with it. So to roll to the back, coil it, and then move. Yeah, this is the most complicated one. So coiling to the back, opening out, and then pressing in. This is the most complicated. So just play with these kind of rotations. Really, any kind of rotation you can make. And just finish by going into this kind of Ikkyo form. Side. Got to the back. And rotation. Oh.
That's it. Super duper.
Okay, good. So you can do these with the Joe, no problem. But it's a little bit inflexible as a kind of tool. So I actually prefer something like this. So if you have something, this is a rope that I use. This is a tie I use for these kind of Olympic rings. You got anything like a bungee cord that you can tie it to a tree or a wall or anything. Use something that's flexible. Ideally, something that's kind of more like a rope, really thick, and you do the same kind of exercises with these. So coiling through, or these climbing ropes that you get in gym halls. Lots of your dojos, I know because I've used them. You have these kind of ropes for climbing, so you can use these, and they give you a bit more feedback in terms of what I'm doing with the extension. So anything that's kind of slack will feedback immediately. The Joe doesn't give so much feedback because it's so stiff. So really, you can use these things for practice if you've got, and the Joes are kind of substitute. And you can do all these kind of techniques, Nikkyo and Sankyo and all these kind of things with these kind of ropes. Yeah? Okie dokie. Good. Any questions about anything? Alles klar.
Mike,
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
I have one question or one back. Maybe if you have time, maybe you can make the set we've shown today in as a new video in a very slow form, so we can see the footwork and can see your handwork.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll do that.
Great.
I'll do that soon. Yeah, and we'll try and work on these a bit more in the classes, maybe in the morning classes as well. We can do a little bit of this kind of work. Actually, it's really it's really important stuff as well. Actually, just for kind of actually the work is already in the Joe work, so it's not actually, we don't actually need to invent it. You can see this actually in all the Kumijo, especially the set 6 to 10. We do all this work anyway, so hopefully you can see. Especially 6.
Yeah,
We do all this work naturally in the Joe work. So if you can imagine the Kumijo set, especially 6 to 10, because they're so clearly inspired by the Taijutsu as well. So you can use these as kind of inspiration for solo practice with the Joe. So yeah, I use these as a kind of, I also use these as a way to train the body work as well. Yeah. Okie dokie. We'll take a bow and then that's it. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.